And, of course, this sudden attack on you from Baron von Raschke suddenly enraged you, right?
Yes. When you hit a piece of the steel curtain, it doesn't actually hurt. It just kind of gets you aroused. And this is exactly what he got me done. He got me aroused there, and as you see, I came over the top rope here, and I'm really upset, so I broke it, gave him a good shot. At that time, I didn't know whether to go stomping, so I jumped in my tackle and hit him with a couple of tackles. And then I got ready to hit him again. He jumped and he ran out of the ring. Well, this opportunity that I'm going to take this weekend, he's not going to get away from me. He's going to be in that ring with me, and I'm going to actually pulverize him. I'm going to beat him to death.
Well, I can understand how you feel about that, Ernie. I just... Along with the Assassins, Ole Anderson on the scene along with the Assassins, and it is Anderson getting set to move into that ring. And wait just a minute now. You've got him three ways to one. And that is a bad situation indeed.
His own thing. That's right, you know, and so many people ask you about masked men, and this is the classic. Two great masked men in their own right. And I would like to see who's behind that mask of the superstar myself, Gordon.
Well, it's obvious, of course, that a showdown must happen between these two, Wrestling 2 and the Superstar. The Superstar has made the statement, of course, that the state of Georgia is not large enough for the two of them. Wrestling 2, of course, the mask has become his total way of life. And as you say, you can watch this man every time you watch him in action.
His opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Georgia heavyweight champion, Steve Keirn.
Well, this has to be a tough test indeed for Steve Keirn. Nature Boy Stanley Lane, an extremely dangerous adversary. And you'll notice Lane moves in very quickly, collar and elbow. And the back into the ring ropes, a clean break by Steve Keirn. Lane watching his man circle. Quick takedown by Lane. So Keirn watching his man. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Lane in the green trunks. Keirn. Good fireman carry takedown. Lane back to one knee, watching his man. The referee with the count. Yeah, I just explained that at this point in time, of course, if Lane should score a pinfall victory on Steve Keirn, that would put him in automatic #1 contention for the Georgia Heavyweight Championship. Block takedown by Steve Keirn on Nature Boy Stanley Lane. Lane trying to move in under that shin, see if he can't get some pressure and break that side headlock. Keirn keeping the side headlock now. Lane looking for a way to go. Remember now that he has to not only figure out how to escape, but then what his next offensive move is going to be. Came out of it, caught with his shoulder. Steve Keirn off the ropes, up and over his man. Lane, confused by all this, stood up, and it was Keirn catching him with a hip lock takedown once again. Keirn, the Georgia heavyweight champion, keeps the pressure on the man, keeps the hip lock takedown and the side headlock. Lane came up with a head scissors. Another hip lock takedown by Keirn. Steve Keirn, who went to Robinson High School in Tampa, went on to college in Mississippi, was a powerlifting champion, outstanding amateur wrestler. He participated in all forms of sports as an amateur. Lane from the Carolinas is very, very impressive in the background. Lane caught with a shoulder sling. That time Keirn up and over his man. Lane hooked him with a lariat coming off the ropes. And that stunned the champion. Keirn could be in trouble here. And Lane now moving very confidently. And Keirn in trouble. That lariat stunned him rather badly, and Lane is quick to take advantage of it. Lane with a full body slam on Steve Keirn. And so Lane looking now. Score if he can. A pinfall or a submission hold on the newly crowned Georgia heavyweight champion. Salto by Lane, and Lane going with everything he's got, and Keirn has got problems. He's got serious problems with his back. Caught Lane coming in, but Lane drives the knee into the chest of Steve Keirn. And so, Nature Boy Stanley Lane, sensing a victory here, realizing this will put him in #1 contention for the Georgia Heavyweight Championship, uses a backbreaker. Keirn comes out of it before the count of 3, but Keirn is in trouble here. The Georgia Heavyweight Champion whips off the ropes. Up behind his head has the sleeper. Steve Keirn scores with the sleeper hold. Keirn with the sleeper hold. Baron von Raschke in the ring. Baron von Raschke has just come into the ring and pounding away on Steve Keirn. Baron von Raschke, the man that Steve Keirn defeated for the Georgia Heavy. Von Raschke tried to ram him into that ring post, but caught his shoulder in that ring post, and Von Raschke trying to go with the claw, misses as Keirn rolled out of the way. It was Keirn catching now with a flying drop kick, and Von Raschke caught in those ropes. Von Raschke caught in those ropes, and it is Steve Keirn ripping away at Baron von Raschke. Baron von Raschke pounding away at that arm. Pounding away at that arm, and von Raschke missed with that claw. Now they finally pulled Keirn away. They finally pulled him off. The referee's finally trying to get some control. And von Raschke's hurt. Von Raschke has been hurt. His shoulder or his arm. Von Raschke down on the canvas, and he is obviously in severe pain. He hit that steel ring post. He was trapped in those ropes. Steve Keirn pounding away on that shoulder, and there's no question about it. Baron von Raschke, the German strongman, has suffered some form of injury to either the arm or the shoulder. You can see his face is absolutely wreathed in pain at this particular time. Von Raschke in tremendous pain. But Keirn, the Georgia heavyweight champion, restrained in the corner, and we'll be back. We'll be back in a moment. The showdown.
Right there on the screen. Name just lit up in lights. Miss Linda just put them up. Throughout the world in Atlanta, Georgia, knows the story about everything that has happened between me and the Andersons. Everybody in New York, everybody in Hawaii, everybody all over the world knows the story. Has to have an ending. It has to be all over sooner or later. You can only take so much trouble and strife. Most of the time it might come from your wife. But in this case, I don't have to put up with it. I don't have to put up with it. Now, the Anderson brothers throughout the country are noted for the notorious bad ways. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. We done got together to settle the whole situation. And now I'm there. Andre the Giant and myself against Ole and Gene Anderson. The final touch. The ending to it all. The thing that it's all about. All the rules thrown out. Got to be some type of winner. The loser got to leave town. Can you imagine Atlanta without the American dream? Can you even imagine it? 5 pounds, it is Jose Estrada. And his opponent is just coming down the aisle.
Knows that both Ole and Gene Anderson are after him. And despite the split up between Ole and Lars Anderson, it's Dusty Rhodes that Ole Anderson's after. And every time they meet in the ring, sparks fly. Here's that match with Dusty.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match will be one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from San Francisco, weighing 235 pounds, Ken Dillinger. Ken Dillinger. His opponent from Austin, Texas, 268 pounds of the sweet soul, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes. Charlie Smith.
Here's Dusty Rhodes making comments in the background. talking about his role. And it's obviously beginning to upset Ken Dillinger. Dusty Rhodes getting set to go into action now. I want to take a moment to certainly say hi to Bob Tucker, Cindy Tucker, and family. Dusty Rhodes and Dusty's the kind who'll go any way you want to go. If you want to pair six it, he's ready. If you want to wrestle, he's ready. Here's a man who was an outstanding athlete all of his life. Had offers in pro baseball, in pro football, and in pro wrestling. And he chose his first love, pro wrestling. There's that $1 million bionic elbow. Dusty Rhodes smashing his man into the turnbuckle. Dillinger is down. Rhodes set and ready for his man. Rhodes. Again with that elbow, and again Dillinger hits the canvas. And Dusty Rhodes who spikes his opponent all the time. And Dillinger outside the ring. There you see Anderson trying to get him a hand. Dillinger coming back into the ring, and he's caught by Rhodes again and again. That bionic elbow. Dusty Rhodes in that little shuffle. And Rhodes catches him coming off the rope. Rhodes charging off the rope, crashes down on Dillinger. And it is Rhodes coming out of the ring. Rhodes coming out of the ring. And there you see him having his hand raised in victory, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.